everybody, it's Julie. Welcome back to Row & Co Farms. So today I wanted to just do a little living room chat with you and talk to you about some of the goals for Row & Co Farms for 2022. It's the start of a new year, as everyone knows, and I'm not a big resolution person. I'm not good at following through with big changes like that. That's not my thing. And so I'm just going to be realistic, and we just do some goal setting for the year, things that we want to accomplish throughout the year, stuff that we want to work towards, you know, personal goals, farm goals, house goals, all kinds of stuff like that. And so I just thought maybe that we could talk about it today. So if you're new here, my name is Julie. We have a channel called Row & Co Farms, and you have found it. We bring out at least 2 new videos every single week about homesteading, flower farming, beekeeping, DIY, cooking, all the things that we're doing on our farm. We'd love for you to join us. Please hit the subscribe button down below if you're interested in following along with our content. But in the meantime here, let's talk about our goals for 2022. So I made a big list so that I could talk about everything with you guys and I wouldn't forget anything. So I'll start with kind of our personal homestead goals, things that we're going to do around our farm and our homestead for personal things, not for business use or whatever. Well, some of them are business, but they're small. So the biggest thing is what meats we're going to raise. So you guys know in the past we've raised cows and pigs for meat, and we no longer raise cows and pigs for meat. I cannot eat mammals anymore because of my alpha-gal syndrome, and so we still have our cows. We're going to be raising the cows and selling the calves that we breed, but we won't actually be raising those for butchering. So that's the state of the cow part, but we're going to still continue to raise meat chickens. We'll probably do either 2 small batches or 1 really large batch this year. I want to get at least 100 chickens this year. We did about 50 last year, and that was good, but we're definitely going to work our way through that, and I want more this time. So we'll do at least 100 meat chickens, and we're also going to add turkeys this year. I've never raised turkeys. I don't think it's going to be too much different than raising chickens as far as their care is concerned. But I think we're going to try to do maybe 10 or a dozen turkeys. And hopefully we'll actually maybe we'll have 10 in the end. You know, I figure we may lose 1 or 2 along the way, but I would really like to get about 10 turkeys at the end of the season. That way we'll have that extra additional like meat source that's not all just chicken, since we can't have the mammals anymore. So we're gonna keep raising our like egg layer chickens. We lost all of our flock last year towards the end of the year. I don't know if I mentioned that on here or not, but anyway, we lost our flock to a predator. So we have now 7 chickens, 6 layers and 1 rooster, and we're gonna just kind of maintain with that. I don't plan on getting a whole bunch more chickens. I think having about a half a dozen eggs a day for our family is plenty. We don't eat eggs every day. You know, we use them sporadically for baking and then for making like quiches, and you know, here and there we'll make like scrambled eggs and stuff, but it's not every single day. So 6 eggs a day is plenty. So we're gonna maintain that. Our beekeeping, we currently have 5 beehives. We were gonna see how they fare through the winter. I am not going to expand our bees at this point. I'm going to try to just maintain what we have. Last year was my first year beekeeping. It went really well. I started with 1 hive. At the end of the season, I had 5. I purchased 2 additional ones, and I caught 2 swarms. So we have expanded, and I think trying to like learn and maintain the growth of those 5 hives through this season. You know, some of those may be able to be split, but I'm not going to purchase any additional hives. That's not my plan right now. So I really want to get better at beekeeping before I do that. Now I will sell any honey. If I do get to harvest honey, I'll sell, you know, any extra that I have above what I need for personal use. I'll do that. So that'll be, you know, one little part of our business, but I don't expect it to be a huge money-making part of our business. It'll be a small portion, just like our calf sales are the same way. We have 4 breeding cows and 1 bull, and so the 4 that we have, we will try to get 4 calves a year and sell those 4 calves. Again, that's a small portion. Here where we are, we can sell calves for about, they're weaned, so about 4 to 5 months old. We sell them for about $800. They're grass-fed. So for us, that's just, again, a small portion of what we can do, but it doesn't cost us very much to raise them because they are grass-fed. We do get some hay every year, but that gets worked into that cost in the end. So anyway, let's get back to the next part. So we talked about the bees, we talked about the cows and the meat chickens, our vegetable gardens. We are going to still have vegetable gardens this year. I am going to kind of pare it back from some of my past things that I've done. I really want to stick to things that I can preserve well, like tomatoes. So I'm going to grow as many tomatoes as I can get, and I can always, store those later because we eat a lot of tomato products. I'd like to get as many beans as I can, like green beans of some kind, cucumbers, pickles, that family of things, squashes. I always like to have those. Specifically the summer squashes. We're not going to grow winter squashes because my family just doesn't like them. So we're going to avoid trying to do all the pumpkins and the butternuts and the spaghetti squash and the acorn squash. Like, I'm just going to stop wasting my time with those because we just don't eat them. And so I'm just spending too many hours, like even trying to get them to grow and then trying to get someone to eat them later. It's just a pain. So not doing that. So yeah, I'm going to stick to growing vegetables that are fairly easy, less maintenance. I don't know exactly how that's going to look yet, but I know that with maintaining the flower farm, I'm not going to have as much time to do my vegetable gardening. So I just want to make sure that I don't overwhelm myself with stuff to do. So I think it'll work out okay. I'm just going to really, like I said, stick with the things that I know that we eat, that we can easily preserve: peppers, tomatoes, beans, potatoes. I'll grow carrots again, but usually that's not like my big summertime thing. Those are like a spring and fall. So anyway, still doing vegetables, just not to the same scale that I did before. We're also going to be working on just a few projects around the farm, like finishing up some fencing that we have been working on for a couple of years now. Like, fencing just takes a long time to get done, and so we just have had limited time to do it, and now we're going to have some time to actually maybe have some time to finish a few of those projects. Those are not like high on our priority list. I think they're kind of low because they're not necessary right now. All of our animals are maintained, everybody is cared for, they're not running away, and so the fencing that needs to be done is stuff that it can wait if it needs to. So maybe we'll get to it, maybe we won't. We also want to do some renovations on one of our shop buildings, but with prices being what they are with construction materials, that again is probably going to take a back seat. It's still on the agenda, but it's probably not going to happen this year. I think it's just going to have to wait. So we'll see. I'll bring it to you if we do actually get out there and do it. So the next thing, of course, is our flower farm. So flower farm is our new endeavor. It's our big business goal for this year. It's kind of what I'm going to take on now as my job, like where I actually make some money again. I've been unemployed technically, underemployed, I guess, for the last few years, with trying to figure things out with our farm. So the flower farm, I have lots of goals for that, but it's starting right now hot and heavy. Like, we've already started seed starting, prepping beds, prepping the ground. We have irrigation system that we ordered that just came in that has to be installed. We have a new soil blocking system to start seeds. We have a great setup for our grow lights and starting those plants and getting transplants going. let's see. Oh, I took a flower farming course and still am working through that, starting last year in the fall, from Lisa Mason Ziegler. And so I've been working on that and just learning all the ins and outs of flower farming. So, you know, establishing the business, getting all the financial stuff done, the website stuff done, business licenses and sales tax and all that kind of stuff. So I've been working on that, and my goal this year, and I don't usually talk about money, and I'm only gonna say this because I had to give myself some kind of goal, was to make $500 a week for 25 weeks during the prime, like, warm growing season. And I think I can do that. That's it's a pretty reasonable, I think, goal to set. I think I can definitely meet it. So we'll see if I actually make that happen. But I wanted to put myself a number, and so, like, throughout the season, I will try to kind of touch with you guys and see if I'm actually meeting that goal or not, and what I need to do to reach it. Let's see what else. Okay, so yeah, so some of the biggest, like, obstacles I've been running into with the whole flower farming thing is trying to figure out the timeline of all of it. Like, establishing a calendar for the whole year of when seeds need to be started, when does this need to be transplanted, when does this need to be harvested or picked, or, you know, like, it's just the whole timeline has been the most overwhelming thing. And so I've been working through the timeline and trying to get that going. And I think once I get a few years under my belt, the whole cycle will feel a little bit easier. But right now, it's just the unknown and not knowing kind of where that's all headed. So yeah, I think it's gonna be okay. We're gonna work through it fine. But it's just learning that, and the uncertainty of it is kind of scary. We've been working on, there's a few videos of it, but we've been working on our renovation of our workspace for the flower farm and installing a walk-in cooler. Those are both, like, semi-essentials that I'm gonna have to have. I have to have a place to work and put some bouquets together, and a place to store all these flowers once I harvest them, because if I have them all and they just die in the heat, it's been a lot of waste. So yeah, like, that whole flower farming endeavor is full speed ahead. I'm really, really hoping to make that a viable part of our farm operation. So really, really excited for that. If you are local in Georgia to where we are, Jasper County, please, like, get in touch with me. I would love to, you know, get some flowers to you. So we're gonna do some farmers markets every Saturday. I plan on going to 2 markets. I also would like to do just a couple of, like, pop-up shops where I can go set up for the day. And I have already made arrangements with a couple of places. I have a local coffee shop that wants me to come out when they do some of their events, so that'll be available for their clients as well. And I've also gotten in touch with a couple of local florists that seemed really interested in looking at my flowers. We haven't made any commitments yet. I just asked them if they would be willing to look at my flowers when they start blooming, and they said, of course, bring them in. They would love to see what I have, and hopefully we can come up with some good like, working arrangement with some local florists. That would be ideal for me. So yeah, flower farming is looking great. I'm excited. I've been making lots of connections with people about farming, so yeah, we're gonna keep rolling on with it. As far as YouTube and website, blog, all that kind of stuff kind of is linking together, or I'm trying to really start linking it together. Our website is Row & Co Farms. rowcofarms.com is how you can find us on the web, and I'm trying to just bring more blog content, recipes, flower farming, just pictures, you know, all the stuff you do on a website, and, you know, just documenting that whole journey there, and trying to make sure that I'm closing the gap between YouTube, website, flower farm, and making sure that those things are connected. I think a website's really important as a small business brand or whatever we're doing, so that people have a place to go to find you especially right now with YouTube is weird. You never know if they're going to stay up and going, or if they're going to pull your content away, and you need a place like where people can find you if you're not on YouTube, if you're not on Instagram or Facebook. Like, you have your own place to land for people. And so I really want to work on getting the website established, and so my goal is to do one blog every single week, at least one. I think I can definitely do one. And that way, you know, after a year, you've got 52 blogs. Like, that's significant. Just like with YouTube, you do 1 or 2 videos a week. At the end of the year, you've got 100 videos. That's a lot of videos, you know? So I think I just have to look at it in the terms of, you know, 1 a week or 2 a week, and just keep doing that and be consistent with bringing content and bringing blogs and recipes and stuff like that. So I have to be more disciplined about pulling all those things together, and I think just in the past I haven't been. But I'm very hopeful moving forward. I've already been working on it this last week, and it's really coming together, so I'm excited. What else? So yes, other website specific goals, like really trying to find some good advertising affiliates that I'd like to work with, brands and collaborations with companies that I stand behind, that I use, that I would, you know, want to do business with. So I think that's a goal for me as well. So I've kind of hinted at it. So YouTube, I really want to grow my channel. So I started last year, I think February or March. I put out almost 70 videos last year. I had, by the end of the year, I had 1,700 subscribers. So I'm really proud of the progress I made last year with YouTube, and I'm really happy that all of you guys are here. It's been fun. Like, I like it. I like YouTube a lot, and so I want to keep bringing you content. Definitely tell me like the stuff that you like. I'm going to be doing more cooking and recipe videos because I want to bring some of those basic cooking techniques to people. My daughter-in-law is going to be coming on with me some because she is a novice cook and she really wants to learn, and I've been trying to teach her some basic techniques, and so I think I'm going to bring her on and do some of those basic cooking techniques with her because they're really important, and once you know those basics, man, you can take off and cook anything, like anything. It doesn't have to be fancy, it's just about those basics. So I think I'm going to work with her a lot with that. And then also doing some collaborations with some other YouTubers, and I already have some stuff in the works, and it's been really exciting to really start to meet with and become friends with some other YouTuber homesteaders, bloggers. Like, there's not a whole lot of us that do this exact same kind of niche, and so it's really been great to create some of those friendships with some of those people. And just be looking out. I'm not going to say any names yet or what we're doing, but there's definitely some stuff that is going to be happening. February it will start, maybe even some stuff at the end of January, but probably starting in February you'll start to see some collaborations with some other YouTubers, and hopefully that will proceed on and you know, be a more consistent thing. So yeah. And then finally, of course, I have some personal goals. I won't share all of those with you. Some of them are health related, and you know, just getting my health on track. Not necessarily like weight loss goals or anything, but just general health goals for myself and for feeling good and maintaining a good lifestyle. So yeah, those are the things that I'm working on in 2022. If any of that stuff sounded interesting to you, or you want to see if I make it or if I flop completely, hopefully that won't be the case. But yeah, I'll be bringing videos to you throughout the year about all this kind of stuff, and we'll follow up again at the end of the year to see how we did. Maybe we made it, maybe we didn't. Hopefully we will meet our goals, but either way, I'm excited to bring them to you, and I can't wait to see you guys next time here at Row & Co Farms.